and we're going to talk about RCL Foods yet. If you've never heard of this one before, that's because it used to be called Rainbow Chicken. Although they're involved with much more than Rainbow now, they're still obviously huge in chicken distribution and raising. Foodcorp was the business they bought, then they added all sorts of things like TSB and Vector Logistics, which is a business they bought from AVI. Anyway, the combined entity is sizable, 14.5 billion rands worth of market cap. Price to earnings ratio, another 26.7. Hey man.
We picked them by valuation, not by sector.
Dividend yield of 1.6. So since it came out and kind of took on this extra bits of business and so on, the share chart has looked a bit kind of here, there and everywhere. I guess people are sort of waiting to see what his earnings are going to be. Chicken, of course, has battled. Sugar has been a big part of the business. That's also battled. But the parts of the business that we like, I mean, Vector, Sen Foods, which is the biggest cold storage distributor in Botswana, which they bought. What do you think of this one?
Look, I think they're doing the right things, Paul. They've had a tough old time. Chicken is in crisis, to use their words. Sugar is starting to improve a bit, and that's coming up. But they're trying to get a more balanced portfolio, and I think that's right. So they're bringing in, you know, those brands. Is it Omar Rusks and Yum Yum Peanut Butter?
Foodcorp stuff that they bought. Established big brands, so they're trying to sort of reposition. But those were established businesses which they bought over. But
so they did pay, and there was an impact on
big with dogs as well. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. They own Bobtail, Dogmore, and Epol.
Yeah, and then the important, you know, there's going to have to take a lot for you not to feed your pets.
If there are dogs watching the show tonight, they're going to be like, yes,
hot
boss.
for them.
I'll have some of these.
Look, they have struggled, but they do have the ingredients of a group to weather the storm. I think much more than they did a few years ago, particularly with the big acquisition recently. So I'm liking what management's doing. They're not staying still. They're very cost cognizant in that regard. So there are some
and presumably
signs.
they've taken a lot of pain in the chicken side of things in order to shrink production to only those bits that are able to trade profitably in the face of the imports from Brazil and the dumping, US and elsewhere.
And the problem with that business is that, you know, you don't know, it's really based on legislation and tariffs or whatever the case is there. That can change all the time. So it's difficult to see the runway for that. They've realized that, and they're leaning more on those other sectors of the business.
Sounds a bit cloudy, but I don't know how you're going to call it in there.
Yeah, look, I think the foundations are there for them doing it right. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And for that reason, I'm just not going to pay the valuation at the moment.
Yeah, it sounds like a little expensive given those outlook. So not hot for that one, sadly.